Hey everybody, this is a podcast. It's called Rebootleggers. Welcome back.
Hey.
We do comedy.
Sometimes. You
We
guys,
try.
you left this out, Frank, when
I'm
you were
Scott
reading the
Owen.
description of this. No, I know. I'm talking to Frank now. But you left
Yeah,
this
we're
out
having
of
a separate conversation. Scott, please cover your ears.
This is an A-B conversation. Why don't you see your way out?
Oh, shit.
You left out this very good wordplay. The storyline for Last Dance on IMDb.
We're not
So
there
Maureen
yet.
O'Hara has a sad time, and then she befriends one of her former students, Todd Cope. There's a lot of wordplay to be had with the name Cope because it sounds like
Oh, do you
she
get it?
is trying to cope.
Or he's trying to cope.
Yeah.
Everyone is trying to cope.
So just the one word play, actually. Just
And
the
they
one.
also
Together,
they just named the main character of their movie the name of the guy who wrote the book it was based on.
Oh my god.
Like
and
the
together they discover that life is a lesson you learn by heart. How do you learn things by heart?
Oh.
How do you learn things by heart?
What do you mean? That's like
Like the
that's
Pledge
like
of
what-
Allegiance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like, memorizing
You're telling
a
me I
musical.
have to. Okay, wait. So you're telling me I have to
Like
have
the lessons of life.
how I live my life memorized?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, you can't memorize life by heart. That doesn't exist. Because I don't know. I haven't seen the end yet. Like, I haven't gotten there. And I'm not. Also, then, what?
Okay, so
I'm
here's
Scott
how we got
Owen.
here. Here's how we got here.
Hang
in
on.
media res, right? So
In media res. Hello, listener. Welcome to the fire. Welcome to our study. Welcome to the.
oh, didn't see you.
I'm in
there.
a leather chair. It's very hot.
Welcome back, listeners.
I have the fire going. I don't need to.
I'm
We're all-
sweating buckets in this room.
We're
It
all
is
eating
summertime.
fried chicken and drinking wine.
And I'm dunking my chicken leg in the wine. It's very good.
Oh my god, what?
Hello, listeners. Rebecca, what were you saying to the listeners?
I'm
Oh,
Frank Serra, by the way. Did we do this yet? Did we
No,
tell-
that's what I was
No.
trying to do.
Because I interrupted.
This is a podcast.
I'm Rebecca
Yeah.
Frost.
We're going to release this unedited.
Gay?
Uncut.
Yeah. Sorry, everyone. Okay, so here's how we got here. I have a guy whose Plex server I use, and I wanted to watch The Last Dance, which I have seen on the internet trending recently. And he uploaded a movie from the year 2000 called The Last Dance that we cannot find a trailer for. We cannot find any kind of description for. And
It was
so
a
found-
CBS
yeah.
TV movie.
It was a CBS TV movie.
Oh, wait, I might have found a trailer for it. Hang on.
Is it the
No.
Australian one?
Is it the
No,
2012
this is
one
different.
about...
This is
the
different. This
bombing?
is just called Last Dance, and it was released in Blockbuster stores.
Yep, that was
Yeah,
a 2012 movie.
Yeah.
Blockbuster was still around in 2012? That can't be right.
Dude, there's still
Yeah.
Blockbuster.
What? No.
There's a Blockbuster in Alaska.
Doing
Well,
And it's
What?
like the last Blockbuster.
Good for them, but what?
Blockbuster,
Anyway.
Blockbuster corporate lasted until 2014. All extant Blockbusters are independently owned like locations.
Guys, when you go to
Mhm.
blockbuster.com, you get a Dish Dish owns Blockbuster, I guess.
Oh.
Blockbuster.com, where the magic of Blockbuster Video lives on with Dish.
I know that Sling bought them. Yep, and they're owned by Dish Network.
There we go. Anyway, continue.
That's...
So you rented The Last Dance from Blockbuster Video.
Yeah, Scott, you did.
No,
Year
you
2000 CBS TV movie starring Eric Stoltz, and everybody has frosted tips, and it's very 90s.
So here's the thing. Here's what I think we should do. So The Last Dance, let's just get it out in the open. It's a docu-series about Michael Jordan and the 97-98 Chicago Bulls. I think we turned The Last Dance, this movie that we know barely anything about. Michael Jordan is a retired basketball player whose past we learn about after he befriends one of his former basketball students, Todd Hoops.
Oh, we're already combining the plot. Okay.
Yeah, Rebecca just jumped right into
The
segment
Last Dance
4.
is basically like an even lower budget Hallmark movie about a 70-year-old teacher who meets one of her old students and gives him life lessons about how family is what's important and making money doesn't matter.
He's a nurse who's taking care of her, and he's married to a different teacher, right?
Mm-hmm. He's married to a teacher his own age.
Because he is not 70.
Because he is not 70. And the Variety.com review of this film did call out specifically near the end of the movie, she starts having like kind of like these flashback moments where she thinks she's like back in World War II times and like needs to like talk to people that
so
are
Michael
dead.
Jordan thinks he's back in 1997.
And he's just
Michael Jordan
nailing...
thinks he's back on the set of Space Jam.
Oh my God, yes, the golden age.
Are we going to at all get into the fact that Michael Jordan is apparently just a huge prick in our movie?
I don't think
did we not like
do we have
know
to?
that already? Because imagine the type of asshole that you have to be. Just think about it. If
And
you
why?
are, hold on. If you think you're like if you're magnificent at basketball and you think that's just going to translate to another sport, imagine the size of the cojones you have to be like, you know what? I'm done with basketball. I'm going to go give baseball a shot.
Like Tim Tebow did when he was just okay at football, and he was like, you know what? I'm gonna go try baseball. Oh, I didn't do good.
Did he also try to play baseball?
Yeah, he did baseball for a season, and now he's just, I'm pretty sure, just like a sports commentator. Like
Oh my God, poor kid can't do anything.
He did he did sports career on like super fast forward. He ended up where most old guys end up, like 30 years before they usually get there.
Oh, poor kid. Can't do anything.
Can't do anything. He's got a foundation though. So
Oh.
Is our film going to be sponsored by Hanes?
Hold up.
For kids who can't sports good.
According to Wikipedia, he is still currently a baseball player for the Mets. What?
Oh, that's why we ain't hear about the Mets ever, because the Mets suck.
This can't be right.
You heard it here
This
last.
has been a hot sports take.
Frank, do you remember all the buzz that Tim Tebow got at our tiny Christian school about how look at this good Christian boy making big waves in the NFL, being loud and Christian.
Every time he touched the football, it was Jesus making the touchdown.
It was Jesus making it was seriously like every fucking like wasp in America was like, oh, look at this footballer being loud about Jesus.
Is our movie going to be sponsored by Hanes?
By
Yeah,
Hanes?
it's gotta be.
By Hanes.
Yeah, because that's Michael Jordan's thing.
And Nike.
Yeah, just do it.
Nike can come too. Yeah.
Because, Air Jordans.
Hey, have most of those Michael Jordan Hanes commercials? Why is he on a plane?
Because
he's traveling for sports.
That's
the only way that you can ever meet Michael Jordan is on a plane?
Yeah, I think that's just like the most likely place you are to actually get to have a conversation with a celebrity because you're stuck on a plane with them.
But they don't use planes.
Hey, think about it. When do you need to rely on your underwear more than on a long cross-country journey on a stinky, stuffy airplane?
But he doesn't wear their underwear. He doesn't wear their underpants. He wears their undershirts specifically.
Like,
they're
hey,
tagless undershirts.
I notice your collar's wrinkly. You're popping that baby boy off a lot.
And then they got Jackie Chan for a while too, which was fun. He had like a kung fu fight with his tag, trying to get his tag because it made him itch.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny and original.
But it was attached to the back of his neck.
Because he's the kung fu guy.
Yeah.
So, where were we?
Okay.
So
how do we start this podcast?
Well, normally we have segments, but we kind of just dove right into the last segment here. But so the first segment is called. Do you guys remember? Love it or leave it.
Love me or leave me or let me be lonely.
Love it or...
That was a test. And Frank, you passed. this is where we're talking about what we're going to keep and get rid of. So we're getting rid of old lady, replacing her with Michael Jordan. Keeping Todd, but now he's Todd Hoops. And so Michael, presumably Michael taught other people basketball at one point, like at least once. So is this that time?
Which are we? Who are we replacing with Michael Jordan? Maureen O'Hara, the elderly teacher,
the old dying teacher. Yeah.
Okay, the one who imparts the wisdom.
Yeah.
Yes. So he used to teach basketball at Basketball High School.
Yeah, basketball for the gifted. Hoops school for the gifted.
The Hoops Academy. Is it named after him? Yes, it is.
I think if it's a Michael Jordan founded institution, absolutely it is.
Yeah.
So it's Michael Jordan presents.
The Haynes presents Hoops Academy.
Haynes presents Michael Jordan's Hoops Academy for the exceptionally gifted hoopsters. Hoopers?
Hoopers.
Hoopsters?
I think it's hoopists.
I sounds inappropriate.
I don't like hoopist. I don't.
Oh,
I'm going to use my Rocket Mortgage once per episode cancellation on hoopist.
So now, what else are we keeping?
So Maureen O'Hara is the celebrity guest, but not the main character of the plot.
She's dead.
Where she is dead.
And I don't know that we want to keep relying on.
Well, no, I mean in our movie, Michael Jordan is imparting basketball wisdom to our main character, who is.
Oh, you're saying in the original movie? Okay, I thought you were already casting the new movie. No, that makes sense. So Michael Jordan's not really in it, but he's in it.
Well,
he's in it, but he just shows up and says "You're too worried about blah 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 blah. You need to do something else."
It's going to have to be only sports metaphors.
We're going to have to tighten that up.
Michael Jordan only talks in basketball metaphors.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, so on Rotten Tomatoes, Frank, I'm sure you read this earlier. So if I'm just going to do a Control F, find replace, the fabulous Michael Jordan delivers another stunning performance in this made-for-TV movie based on blah, 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 blah. Michael Jordan is cast as Michael Jordan, the former basketball coach of hoopster Todd Hoops. Like many others in his profession, Todd is having trouble devoting equal time to his job and his family, and he's lost touch with his wife. Working overtime at the basketball school, Todd is reunited with Michael Jordan, who is suffering from a serious heart condition. When it becomes obvious that Michael Jordan has no one else to look after him, Todd assumes the responsibility for himself, while Michael Jordan, sizing up the situation between Todd and Denise, sets out to prevent the couple from throwing away the golden opportunities in their lives, just as he had so many, many years before.
Oh man, Michael really threw away those opportunities he had. So Todd Hoops. He doesn't play basketball. He's just a nurse again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean to say just a nurse,
but he's a nurse who wants to be. He's a nurse that he hasn't hooped in a long time.
Well, I think if we're gonna make it basketball, themed, a lot of our movies are sports themed. Did you know this?
What are some others?
Yeah,
I knew you were gonna ask me this, and I'm not prepared. No, but I think instead of a hospital and being a nurse or a medical professional, I do think that Todd needs to be like a basketball school professional.
We did do a lot of basketball in Uncut Gems.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, that was my other backup movie. When I very first came on, and I was like, Harold and Maude, my backup movie. If you guys didn't want to go for that, was Air Bud.
Oh, we're gonna get to Air Bud.
Have we not done Air Bud?
We're gonna get to all the Air Buddies.
I feel like we've done Air Bud.
Snow Patrol. There's so many of these now that we could do.
Different. They don't even call them Air Buddies anymore. Now they're just blank buddies. They did Space Buddies.
Okay, the dogs are it's now just different themes.
Different buddies. You taking buddies to different places.
Snow Buddies is the one that has the husky. I remember that one.
Guys, I had to stand up and glare angrily at my neighbors. They're being so loud.
Oh, but
just be like, hey!
It's how loud?
Like shouting at each other and building stuff.
But it's 11:30 on a Saturday. I think that's allowed today.
It's Sunday,
First of all, it's Sunday.
No, that can't be right.
You did this to me last week.
It's Wednesday. everybody.
Oh, it's Wednesday.
Time
Okay.
has no meaning in the quarantine, but also like tomorrow's not a work day, so that's what's throwing me off.
Okay. For you.
Do you have to work on Memorial Day?
Hell yeah. I'm a real estate agent. I work all the ding ding time.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You're always taking naps.
Listen, don't call me out.
Oh,
like
we
this.
just heard it, dog. We just got that grumble.
Oh, you heard it.
You got some rumbling in your tongue?
I told you. I fucking told you. It is.
Man, dog, are you ready to rumble or what?
Do we need a break so you can get some get like a Nutrigrain?
That's just my.
You need a Fig Newton or something?
That's just my gut talking to me about where we're going on this reboot.
Yeah.
It's like that episode of American Dad where they put their guts together to come up with the restaurant.
Oh my god. You know what my favorite thing is about you guys is we've got American Dad references for everything.
The show has a large breadth of topics that are covered.
Yeah. Let's just move into segment 2, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
we
If
need
you
a
thought,
what's
if you thought
the
mid-afternoon Monday energy was weird,
we have our main character
Yeah,
is named Todd Hoops, and because Michael Jordan's Michael Jordan, right?
Well, yeah, we're not talking about
So
casting yet. That's
Todd
segment
Hoops is an
3.
We're talking about this story. Todd Hoops is a guy who used to play basketball, but now he's worried about his family, and he doesn't.
He's not worried about his
family.
family. Because now his new job is
deflating basketballs.
what if it's like what's like a job that you do adjacent to sports people that could be
janitor. What if he's a janitor at sports
Well, but-
school?
Is that but he also has to be so invested in his job that he's neglecting his family. So that's the other half of what I was going to say.
No. So Michael Jordan is the one who had his heyday, was fabulous, and now nobody cares about him. But we
And
have
he's
to have a
sunsetting. That's
secondary
important.
character who's working so hard at sports school that he's neglecting his wife, and that's why they have to bring in Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan has to be like, "Whoa, this shit's whack."
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that's fine. It's just in the original movie, Todd is just a nurse. He's not like a teacher. His wife's a teacher. He's married to a teacher. What if Todd is married to an up and coming sportsman? The next
go.
up and coming sportsman, and Todd doesn't care about sports.
Yeah,
he cares about
Todd doesn't
he cares
care
about his
about
job
sports.
in VR. I don't know.
In accounting?
in actuarial projections.
Comptroller? Is he the comptroller of the town?
the city comptroller. He's got the mayor on his ass. Is he the police commissioner? Is he like a homicide detective? Like he's got like
Ooh,
an actual very
yes.
high stress job, and he doesn't give a shit about his husband's basketball career because the fucking snowman killer is out there killing snowmans.
Yeah, dog, I'm down.
Or killing with snowmans, probably more like. I don't think the cops would get involved if someone was killing snowmans.
You had all the clues.
You could have saved them, Mr. Hoops Man.
Now it's turning into like a horror thriller.
I think
the only context I have for the family's financial situation in this movie is in the one clip that I saw. Eric Stoltz says to his wife, "The mortgage payments start this month, honey," and then they
What?
don't say there are no other
How long have
lines
they
of
had the
dialogue
house?
about it. I don't know.
Last month. I
The
presumably they
mortgage
just bought
payments
it then.
start?
I mean, that's.
Were
I
they
mean,
in forbearance?
He says I'm trying to go from memory, but he says the first mortgage has to go in this week. Only 29 years, 11 months left, honey. So maybe they just moved. I don't know.
But like,
Yeah,
how
I
well
don't
together
know.
does their house look?
I mean, it was like a middle America classic.
But is like
Like-
everything unpacked?
Yeah, it seemed like they had been living there for a very long time.
I mean, yeah, because you have to pay your first mortgage payment at closing, so that should have already started.
Whoever wrote this 2000 CBS
They have no
drama
idea what
was
home
not
ownership
aware.
is like.
Yeah.
That's actually, I mean, That seems pretty accurate. Most people, at least if it was written now, no TV writer knows what home ownership is like.
Oh, sick burn on TV writers.
It was more of a sick burn on our economic situation where nobody can afford to buy homes.
Don't
I
tell me
value
that.
TV writers. Well, it's just you. Just you buy all the homes.
No, I don't buy. I sell your home.
But also, how many houses do you own?
I don't want to talk about it.
And what are their
Yeah.
addresses?
Rebecca owns.
Hey,
enough-
did I tell you guys how I'm on an ISIS kill list?
No.
And they already have my address
What?
because the FBI came to my house.
What?
Yeah, I not told you guys this story.
Is this real?
No.
This is real.
Yeah, you're not joking at all.
I'm not joshing you.
The
So,
actual FBI came to your actual house.
The actual FBI came to my actual house. Okay, so here's what happened. I'm really not. I'm actually.
This is the
I told them
podcast
I
now.
wasn't going to talk about it, but I've talked about it a lot.
Don't do
So-
it here then.
No, it's fine.
To the
was
jury
years
listening
ago.
right now, Frank and I, you can clearly hear us suggesting that
Yes.
Rebecca not tell us.
I am
this.
removing my
This was
headphones and I will not be.
2016. This was 2016. ISIS way done by now. So, once upon a
what they want
time,
you to
I was
think.
at I was at a location recording a podcast, and my fiance Andrew is like blowing up my phone, and so I step away
The
from
Men
the
in Black are
podcast.
here.
Well, so he texts me, and I'm like, hey, I'm podcasting. Like, is everything okay? And he's like, yeah. And his texts are like real weird. So I step out and I call him, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, I'm sure it's fine. The FBI was just here looking for you.
What?
He's like, they came here looking for you, and I said you weren't here. So he gave me a card.
Did he say it
and
in a believable way? I'm imagining Andrew just like, because he's just such a nice boy, like I imagine him just like panic sweating over the FBI being there. No, she's not here. Like he's so nervous all his truths sound like a lie.
Yeah, he's just such a good boy. And
So then you call the number, I assume.
well, so I was like, did they tell you what it was about? And he's like, well, no, it's the FBI. They're not going to tell me what it's about. And so I call the number and I talk to the FBI guy. And
Did you get to say "Get me the FBI" when they picked up?
get the FBI on the horn? So he, long story, he tells me my name and address and information appeared on an ISIS list, because likely what had happened was some kid in Kansas was like, I want to help ISIS, and just like doxed a ton of people that he could find,
Yeah, like a dick.
and sent this list over to ISIS at ISIS.com or like what, however you contact them.
However you do it. It's like mailing a letter to Santa. It gets there.
It gets
It
there.
gets there. The post
You just
office
slap
makes
a
sure it
stamp.
gets there.
You just slap a stamp on it, right, ISIS, and then you're good to go. And my contact information was on the list. And it's his job, it's their job as the FBI to inform me. And so I was like, okay. So, and I had to drive out to the FBI office the next day to like sign paperwork.
Oh,
and-
like I have been warned.
Yeah. And so I drive out there, and there's right across. So there's two buildings in this area: the Netflix customer service building and the FBI.
The FBI. Is the FBI operating out of like the back of a laundromat or something?
And the FBI building is just surrounded by like a tall iron fence, right?
Mhm.
And so I call the FBI guy to let him know that I'm there, and he has to drive out and meet me. And guess what kind of car he's driving? A gold beige sedan, like
Yeah.
just what you would expect, like what Officer Jim Gordon would probably drive.
Sure.
And he steps out, flashes his badge, and
Nice.
like I look over it, and I'm like, I've never seen an FBI badge. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be looking for. This could be the fakest shit I've ever seen. And
Now
I'd be
you
like,
know
yup,
why
this is good.
Now you understand how Sam and Dean always get away with it in Supernatural.
Crime is
Obviously.
and I'm only saying this from an analytical standpoint. Crime is very easy.
And then he like makes me sign some documents to let me know that, I have been informed and I won't talk about it. And
And now we're recording it and putting it on the internet.
I have done this many times already. And look at me, I'm fine.
Look at me now, Dan.
So far. So far.
But also, flip side, Frank, neither of us have talked about our FBI stories, and which of the three of us,
we've been really good about it.
of the three of us, who's had the most podcast success?
Okay,
so maybe we're doing
so
it
now
wrong.
here's the thing: Michael Jordan is hiding because ISIS wants his basketball skills. They want to extract them like Space Jam.
No.
No,
I don't
just
think
pass.
we need to. I don't think we need to incorporate Rebecca's life into our reboot every episode.
Yeah, no, not every time, please.
Okay.
For the love of God.
Just sometimes as a treat.
You can do that sometimes. Hey, also, now that I've told you my fun story, I have to pee so bad. So
Oh, that's what does it.
Okay,
yeah, so-
we're not that kind of podcast, so you
I know,
can go.
but when I come back, I'm expecting you guys to have at least a semblance of a plot jotted down.
Oh, that
We're not
simply
even
won't
there
won't,
yet.
won't happen.
This is a retroactive tag to get us into segment 2, which we just ended. Put it here. And now let's get into segment 3, called Characters and Casting, while Rebecca rocks a piss.
Can it be now?
Cool, yeah, BRB.
Mm-hmm.
Just borrowing from the Letterkenny parlance there.
Okay, so Todd Pissboy Hoops is our main character.
Why is he called
Now
Piss
his
Boy?
wife is a teacher whose children hate her.
Is Piss Boy? Hold up. Is Piss Boy a? Is that something that was used derogatorily?
Was it?
How would you say it?
I think
Was it,
I think he's taken the nickname Piss Boy.
well, so that's what I'm asking. Is it something that he's
Yeah.
reclaiming and owning? Was it originally designed to
I
hurt
think so.
him?
I think it's like an Ice Town thing where one time he was. I think the reason he stopped playing basketball was because he was
because
balling
of
so
Piss Boy.
hard that he started to pee himself while he was draining threes. And
Or
then
I
everyone
didn't
called
know
him
if it
Piss
was
Boy.
if it was like one of those nicknames where they call him Piss Boy because of some weird pun. Like they call him the plumber because he's always
He's they call him
he's always
Piss Boy 'cause
flushing drains.
he
or,
just
like,
pisses those threes right into the toilet. That
They
is
call
the
him
hoop.
Piss Boy because he's always draining it. Don't they call it? Don't they call
That's
it draining?
it. That's we got it. He's Piss Boy because he's always draining it.
Because they call. Don't they? Isn't that a thing that they call scoring hoops? Draining.
Yeah, draining threes. Yeah.
Yeah. So they call him Piss Boy because he's always draining it.
Oh, all right.
Man,
So he
can't
has a
believe-
wife. His wife is a teacher, and she and the children she teaches mutually hate each other.
Man, we just said we weren't going to incorporate Rebecca's real life into another reboot.
Yeah. And his wife Denise is a teacher who hates her children, which is a plot of the movie. She hates the children she has to teach.
So Michael Jordan. Oh, his. So that means his. So he's former basketball, and he's married
Yeah.
to current basketball, is what we said.
Yes.
Okay, so his current basketball husband hates his teammates or hates his children.
Hates his hates.
So wait, his in the original movie, his wife hates the students.
In the
she teaches,
original
not their
movie,
actual children.
in the original movie, his wife Denise is a high school teacher, and none of her kids respect her, and she says, "I feel like I'm a glorified babysitter," and doesn't like her job.
Is it because she's bad at her job?
They don't give you enough time to find out. They just show you quick scenes of the like 90s frosted tip teens going like, "Whatever, Mrs. Cope," and then like leaving the classroom.
Oh, sick.
Whoa!
Yeah, spooky.
While you were gone, we named the main character Piss Boy.
His name
Ah.
is Todd Piss Boy Hoops, and they call him Piss Boy because he's always draining it.
Okay.
He was always draining it out there.
He
on
was
the court.
always draining it. So now his wife is a
So wait.
teacher.
Does that mean Michael Jordan's gonna have to have we're gonna have Michael Jordan say a line where he's like,
Or he says, you
"Yeah, I know
have
you
to be Piss Boy again.
Or yeah, he's like, "Wait, you're the Piss Boy?" How
And
come
then
you
he's got to
stopped
say something
playing?
about, oh, Michael's secret stuff.
Oh, and then that's also piss.
It's secret stuff? We don't know.
It's a secret. Well, we do know because it's just water. We watch Bugs Bunny fill up the water bottle and then write on it.
Mm-hmm.
So we do know.
But it won't be P, even though his name is Piss Boy.
That would be Piss Boy's secret stuff. He probably has a water bottle full of Piss Boy's secret stuff, and he offers it to everybody, and they all say no. And he's like, "Come on," and they're like, "No, it's called Piss Boy." And then the movie's gonna end with him and his husband starting a business where they sell Piss Boy's secret stuff, but it's like hot sauce.
Mm.
Just like Dr. Butt Blast Atomic Fart Sauce.
Hey, also, don't forget, we got to get the Sprouses in there. I'm just going to
Yeah,
say it
we
right now.
haven't-
They're some of the students, right?
They're going to be, two of the students who are
Basketball
up and coming
students.
basket boys.
Mhm.
Basket boys, hoopsters.
Hoopsters.
Well, we haven't cast anybody except Michael Jackson. Who's playing Todd Piss Boy Hoops?
Michael Jordan.
No, he's Michael.
No, Michael Jordan's the
old
teacher.
guy.
No, but you said Michael Jackson.
Oh, did you say Michael Jackson?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, that's very
No,
embarrassing.
Michael Jackson will sadly not be appearing.
He will not because he's dead, and
He's
we
not
did our
available.
one- we did our one.
I contacted his agent. He is unavailable for bookings at this time.
Yeah,
For now.
That's my mistake. Michael Jordan has been cast. Now, who's playing Todd Piss Boy Hoops?
What's like a modern Eric Stoltz?
I don't know anything about former Eric Stoltz, and I'm learning that apparently he was a big deal.
Yeah, well, he's been in a lot of stuff. He's still a pretty active actor, I think.
There's a lot about him
Relatively
in
active.
Back to the Future. Was he apparently supposed to be the original Marty?
He got replaced because he was a diva.
But like he was
Because when I Google Eric Stoltz, so there's his Wikipedia page, then his IMDb page, and then every single result after that on the first result of Google is about him and Back to the Future.
it's always things like he was in Caprica. He was in Madam Secretary. Like he's always a lead role in shows you haven't really watched.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
like,
there's-
okay, so like the Boston Legal.
Oh, I should recognize him from Grey's Anatomy.
Like he was in Mad About You.
I haven't seen Mad About You.
Oh, it's good.
He was in Chicago Hope. Like shows you've heard of, but no, you haven't seen them.
So like, what are those shows on like USA, like Bird Notice, Suits?
Yeah, dude, fucking
Like-
Burn Notice. Oh,
I know,
that's
but,
such
like,
a
who are the
perfect
actors-
example. Like
who
no
are the-
one. Do you know anyone that's ever seen Burn Notice? Because I don't.
This guy, I fucking love Bird Notice.
I had one friend in college who was fucking obsessed with Burn Notice. It was his favorite show.
Yeah, I like Bird Notice. Get out of here.
No,
He
I didn't
also
say it's
would
bad. I
always-
just mean like I don't. You're the only person I've ever met that's watched Burn Notice.
This
Like, is
same
it-
friend in
like,
this same friend in college, anytime we were like working, late in one of the classrooms to like study for something, and if he was writing something on the chalkboard, he would like periodically just like pretend to smoke the chalk like it was a cigarette for some reason.
What?
And just like nobody ever asked him about it or drew attention to it, but he would always like do it as like a weird bit, and we would always just like not say anything about it. He also pretended his car was a stick shift when it wasn't. He was a weird kid.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah, this is amazing, you guys. IMDb has a list called Top 100 That Guy Actors.
Oh,
Everyone
God.
knows those actors you see in every movie, and you say to yourself, hey, it's that guy, but you never know their
Yeah,
names. Number 1 is J.K. Simmons.
Bullshit. I know his name.
I know. But so
He's a
I'm
big
going
deal.
I'm going to look up a guy who's young enough. Oh man, Walton Goggins is on this list. Timothy
Oh, I
Olyphant
love
is on
Walton
this
Goggins.
list.
Oh, Timothy, I love him.
Let's see. Who's like someone young enough?
Timmy's gonna be in Mando season 2.
Ooh, David Krumholtz, the
That's
guy
good.
from Numbers.
Oh, I love him.
From
Patrick
the Santa
Wilson.
Claus.
Patrick Wilson.
Also
Which
from
one's
the
Patrick
Santa Claus.
Wilson?
Hector
Wait, who's Patrick
Elizondo.
Wilson? Oh, Patrick Wilson, that guy. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Is the guy who plays Subway in Community on this list?
Oh my god, no, he should.
Oh, Keith from Scrubs.
Yeah, Keith
Yeah,
from Scrubs.
And Ben the Soldier Boy from Always Sunny.
Right.
Uh-huh. Let's
That
get that guy.
Boy, what's his name though?
Tom Pissboy Hoops.
Yeah, he's Tom Pissboy Hoops.
Yeah,
Although
that's,
he's
that's
like-
our guy. That's
he's-
our guy.
Hang on.
Thomas Lennon is on this list. Matt
I
Walsh.
forgot that in Scrubs his name is Keith Dudemeister.
Dudemeister.
Yeah. His real name is Travis Schult.
Oh, that's such a good name for what he is.
Schuldt.
William Zabka. All right.
He's 45. That's probably
He's
a
perfect.
fine age.
He's perfect. He's our guy.
But then how can he be married to a current up and coming basketball or like a current successful basketballer? Are those in their 40s? How old is LeBron?
Yeah, I think he's in his 30s, right?
LeBron is
How-
only
At least.
35. Guys, why
Oh,
have I
wow.
felt like LeBron has been doing this for 28 years?
He might have been.
I just
been.
well,
He's been doing
I
it for
just-
17 years.
I mean, I just constantly assume. I always feel like LeBron is like old. Like he's been doing this forever and he's close
Oh,
to
no.
retirement, but he's like in his prime.
Oh, like you're thinking like he's Allen Iverson.
yeah, or like Brett Favre if he played basketball.
Well, Brett Favre is also, he literally has been around forever.
Right. How old was Kobe? R.I.P.
He was 41.
Why are all these men so much younger than I think? All
But
right,
like,
you're-
I'm also not
uh,
opposed to like an older gentleman.
he can also play. He skews young. I mean, look at him. He doesn't look 45. This
Yeah,
boy.
exactly.
He's like, he's got Paul Rudd syndrome. He's got those
Yeah,
Keanu
exactly.
Reeves genes with an M.
Okay, so what next?
We gotta keep casting. Who's his husband who plays basketball?
Kevin Hart.
Oh, okay.
It's very small basketball because there is
Well, that's why they
one-
need to learn that the power of family is everything.
like
Uh-huh.
Bugsy Malone. Like just because they're short doesn't mean they can't fucking kill it out there on the court. The Nuggets had a real short guy I saw play a couple of years ago, and I was like, he's my favorite because he's so small. But I don't know his name.
Who's the guy that's like the famous short basketball guy?
I thought it was Bugsy because he was in Space Jam.
Yes, I think so.
Bugsy Malone. Nope, that's a fucking movie.
No, that's a gangster. I
That's
thought you were talking about
basketball.
Charles Barkley. Wasn't he? He was
Fuck.
short.
Mugsy.
No, he wasn't. He was
Mugsy. His name's
6'6".
Mugsy.
Who was the-
Mugsy Boggs. Bogues?
That's it. We don't know anything about basketball. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
But in my defense, his name is Mugsy and his initials are MB, so I got pretty close with Bugsy Malone. So Mugsy is his husband. Oh, but it's Kevin Hart. It's Kevin Hart.
Kevin
and
Hart.
Inspired by Mugsy.
Inspired by Muggsy.
And then Dylan and Cole are two up and coming hoopsters. They're just from the school, and they have no respect for Muggsy, who's
They have
got
no
a-
respect. They're
I mean, who could blame
straight
'em?
out of
So
High
just to
School
be clear,
Musical.
Kevin Hart is a current basketball superstar who is also teaching at a school for basketball.
Well, I
kids.
think he just is a basketball teacher.
Oh, he's
that
not like
hates
a
his kids.
star. He's not like killing it. out
Well,
there on
because
the court.
if you can't do, you
Maybe
teach,
he
so.
was like he
He's
was
not draining
supposed
it
to
like
go to
Piss
like
Boy.
fancy basketball college, but then he hurt his rotator cuff or something.
or his spine or something.
Fun fact, this is like the only fun fact I know about basketball, but if you can't teach made me think of this, Frank. That's like the most true about basketball because the guy who literally invented the sport never won a championship. Like his team was notoriously terrible. Like he could not win, or like he coached and they could not ever win, but he fucking invented the rules. Jim Naismith was his name. He couldn't do, and he
How do you know this?
invented.
It's one of his soft facts.
I think cracked.com is why I know this one.
Huh. Okay.
Who else is in this movie? Nobody's in this movie. Just these three adults and the Sprouses.
It's a
Well,
pretty
who's the
tight.
wife?
I mean, the original
Wait, who's
movie
the-
only has
oh,
a
wait, no,
cast
the-
He
of
doesn't
like
have a
the
wife.
10.
husband,
He's married to
the
Kevin
husband.
Hart.
Right, sorry,
Yeah.
it's the husband. Yeah, okay, sorry. I think we did it, gang, right?
Well, and then the plot is
Oh, the
And then
plot.
Michael Jordan tells him like,
the final.
you just need to believe in yourself, and
Let's get into
family
our-
is what's important.
let's
And
get
you
into-
need to pay your mortgage too, though.
Let's get into
the
our
mortgage
final.
payment's coming up.
Let's get into our final segment called "What's Going On," and that's where we talk about plot. Okay, now say what you just said.
Michael Jordan says, like, you have to, family is what's important. Don't worry about the ball, worry about the hoop.
Ball isn't life.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
okay, hang on. Can we please just I would like a speed round, just real quick. Just give me like a quick fire, just basketball life metaphors that Michael Jordan is giving to Todd Pissboy Hoops.
You gotta aim for the backboard. Don't
Hey,
aim
buddy,
for the
of
hoop, aim
your
for
life.
the backboard.
You gotta remember to dribble. You can't be traveling all the time.
Your family is the 3-point line.
That's foul.
You're gonna you gotta remember to bounce pass it.
Sunday
That's foul.
family dinners are the crease. Does
The
basketball have a
crease?
crease?
No, wait. Yes,
That'll
it does.
move the
It does have a
chains.
crease. It does have a crease. Why do they call it a crease? It's just a line.
That'll move the
Makes
chains.
it sounds like a butt. The chains. No, that's football, Rebecca.
Hmm?
That's football,
Free
and you knew that.
Hold on. Eating meals together is a free throw.
No,
You got a little dribble on your chin.
Oh, hey, you only get. In life, you don't get a second free throw.
Boom.
But you do get 2.
In basketball.
throws.
In 2, you get in basketball. Well, it depends on the foul. If they fouled, sometimes you get 1 and 1. Sometimes you get 1 and then not another 1.
In real life, intentional fouls don't get free throws.
Sometimes you got to take the charge.
The mailman's here.
you gotta set.
That's
you gotta,
it.
You gotta
He
set
looks
the
him,
pick.
like Michael Jordan looks him straight in the eyes and just says, "The mailman's here."
And then it
That's
shows
when
the
he's
mailman
sunsetting, 'cause
outside, but
remember,
the
he thinks
mailman
he's-
outside
he
is
thinks he's
Karl
back on the
Malone.
dream team.
You guys,
No, he's
guys.
yeah.
One at a time.
Karl Malone is outside delivering the mail because he's the mailman.
Oh, what if he says the mailman's here and then he just starts doing that weird sob that Michael Jordan did, where it's just like, the one that's the meme.
But do you
Oh
get it?
yeah, where he cried.
But do you get it? Because Karl Malone's
Yeah.
nickname was the mailman.
No, yes, it's very good. I'm sorry, I didn't recognize it. I like
was
it. I
the-
like the
who-
cameo.
Thank
Who
you.
was the football guy who cried and everyone made it into a meme because his tears are like streams of water spraying? Like, it was very weird the way his tears fell.
What?
Football crying meme. I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Who's the football crybaby?
No, Sean Moreno. That's who it was. His tears are. It's just like. It's such a weird picture. I'm sorry. Okay, so Rebecca, I hope you've prepared for our final Mountain Dew segment. But what are we drinking
hell.
and what are we?
No, I haven't. Oh no.
What are we eating and what are we drinking while we watch The Last Dance?
Oh my god, I'm so unprepared. Oh my
The
god,
last-
and I just closed Chrome.
Kick cereal is the closest food to basketballs.
What about not Wheaties, buddy?
No. Physically,
Oh,
Mountain Dew.
What
physically
about- but what
speaking,
about
kick
Cocoa
cereal
Pebbles?
is like eating basketballs.
Wait,
What
Mountain
about
Dew,
Cocoa Pebbles?
Mountain Dew.
Cocoa Pebbles are
basketball.
much less the color of basketballs. Kicks are at least closer.
Are we gonna have to talk?
Like
are we gonna
no, kicks aren't orange, but they're
Okay,
pretty close.
I was wondering if we were gonna have to go into that again.
No,
What is-
I've come
what-
around in the last couple years.
I want to know. You're always diving into cereals for this segment, which I guess I'm not
Yeah,
opposed
why?
to. I'm just wondering.
Cereals have themes that's much easier to latch onto for me. I don't know.
Kicks aren't basketball themed.
Like if we're talking about birds, I'm gonna bring up Fruit Loops.
Not Cocoa Pebbles again.
Well, but Fruit Loop, the Toucan Sam has all the crazy colors, and that's very bright to me. It's very attractive.
So in the year 2019, Mountain Dew, hip hop and basketball collide at the Mountain Dew Courtside Studios.
For the first time in 2019.
But it's like the Mountain Dew Ice Courtside Studios. And so everything is like Mountain Dew Ice.
Oh, I remember that. And Peter Dinklage did a Super Bowl ad about it.
And you have to eat it out of a folded up Hanes t-shirt.
A folded up Hanes
You have to
t-shirt.
dunk the Hanes into it and then squeegee it out.
Hip
into your
hop
mouth.
and basketball collide at the Mountain. I'm also reading this headline.
Oh my gosh.
Woo!
Yeah, so I guess Mountain Dew Ice?
Wait, hold up. MountainDew.com/team? What? You want to know who's on the Mountain Dew team?
There's a team. What does the team do?
I don't know. It looks like college basketball players and various Olympians. A skateboard man.
Are these people who are just sponsored by Mountain Dew?
Yeah, and it looks like a lot of them are drinking ice, so I think it's Mountain Dew Ice. I think that's the one.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
It's gotta be. Okay.
Hoopin'.
That's gonna do it for us. Thank you, everybody, for listening to this podcast.
Yeah, thank you, and we're sorry.
And just thanks for sticking with us as you can just as you can just watch the progress
social
of
isolation melts our minds very slowly.
Yeah, exactly. You can just track the progression of the brain worms eating at our cognitive abilities during this time of pandemic and quarantine. If you like the show, though, give us a good rating and review on Apple Podcasts and tell your friends. But those are the things that really help us out. Just smash those reviews. I know it's a pain in the ass, but just do it.
Oh, but we appreciate you for doing it.
Just do it.
Do it.
Just like the Hanes tagline.
Thank you. Thank you, Frank. You got where I was going.
Yeah.
Until next time, I'm Scott Owen.
I'm Frank Serra. Me.
I'm Rebecca Frost Ice.
Frost Ice? You get both?
Yeah.
Ice in the veins. You're so damn frosty.
Hey, yeah.
And Frank and Rebecca, what's our password for next week? Just one word from each of you?
Buckets.
Kobe.
All right.
At Push My Buttons Podcast, you can get all the gaming news, as well as information on latest releases and game reviews. You can also watch us play some of your favorite games, everything from Sonic the Hedgehog to God of War, on YouTube and Twitch. Follow us on all the social media and listen on all of your favorite apps. Just search for Push My Buttons Podcast.